So before you take your test today, I want to talk about equivalent ratios. Equivalent ratios are exactly like equivalent fractions. So whatever you do to the numerator, you have to do to the denominator to keep them equal. So this problem tells us that we have 24 boys and 16 girls. And the question asks, what is the ratio of boys to total number of kids? So every time I'm making this ratio, I need boys first and I need the total second. So let's start with our problem and what we know. So we know there's 24 boys. And now we have to figure out how many total kids there are. So 24 plus 16 is 40. Now I can't flip this around. If I say 40 to 24, that's telling me total to boys. So the order matters. Whatever one comes first in the problem needs to come first in your ratio. So I have this ratio of 24 to 40. So I can see here, there's 24 to 40. I need to find all of the equivalent ones. So the easiest way to do that is to simplify your ratio. So we need to think of the greatest common factor that can go into 24 and 40. And that is 6. Nope, not 6. 8. There we go. So 8 goes into 24 3 times, and 8 goes into 40 5 times. Now the only thing that can go into 3 and 5 is 1. So this is simplified. So 3/5 is the same ratio. Every time you have 3 boys, it means there's 5 total kids. So now we need to go through and see if any of these other ones fit that ratio. So I can make a list. So I can count by 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 21, 24. We'll go to that point and see if we need to do any more. And then on this side, I'm counting by 5s, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. So let's see if any of these fit into that. So 3 and 2 is not on my list. Oh, here's 6 and 10. So 24 and 16. No, it should be 24 and 35. Oh, that's, how did I miss something here? Oh, I skipped 18. Guys, I did that the other day. Oh my goodness. I promise I know how to count. So 18, there we go, 21, 24, and 40 should be matched up because that's what the problem was. Sorry. So 24 and 16 are not an option, and 6 and 4 are not an option. So 24 and 40, 6 and 10, 3 and 5. And all of those I can see in this list of equivalent ratios. Another way to do that is I can find what the problem asked for, boys to total. Then I can simplify still. So I'm going to get to the same point, 3 and 5. And I'm going to ask myself, can I get to 24 counting by 3s? So 3 to 24 is times by 8. 5 times 8 is 40. So to get here, we times both 3 and 5 by 8, and they were equivalent. To get from 3 to 6, I times by 2. So to times 5 by 2 is 10. So these ones were both times by 2. And 3 and 5, we times them both by 1. So whatever you do to one side, you have to do the same thing to the other part of the ratio. Okay, let's try one more here. So this table shows the number of wins and losses for 4 hockey teams. Which 2 teams have the same ratio of wins? So wins first, losses second. So wins to losses. So they have our table set up the same way the question is asked. So now we need to find 2 equivalent ones. So that means 2 equivalent ratios, not 2 teams that just have the same number. Like I can see Wolves and Thunder have the same number, but that doesn't make them have equivalent ratios. So we need to find some that have the same ratio. So we can either go through and look and see. We can also try simplifying. So let's try simplifying. So what goes into 14 and 7? Well, 7 goes into both of those. So 14 divided by 7 is 2, and 7 divided by 7 is 1. So we're looking for another team that has, every time they win 2 games, they lost 1 game. So 15 and 5 goes into those. 15 divided by 5 is 3. 5 divided by 5 is 1. So these are not equal. We've got 15 and 3. So 3 is their greatest common factor. 15 divided by 3 is 5. And 3 divided by 3 is 1. So none of these are equivalent so far. So let's see which one this one matches up to. So 12 and 6, the greatest common factor is 6. 12 divided by 6 is 2. And 6 divided by 1, or 6 divided by 6 is 1. So it looks like the Lightning and the Eagles have equivalent ratios of 2 wins to 1 loss. So it's really helpful to find those basic ratios and simplify them down. And that's going to help you find those equivalent ratios there. Okay, so today you are going to be taking your test. So you're going to answer the module B, do all of those questions. And then is another test that's assigned to you. And I can't just assign a couple questions. It won't let me do that. But the only ones you have to do on the above level test are number 4 and number 11. So I know it's going to tell you got a very bad score, but I'm just going to go and look. If you got number 4 right, then you can bump your grade up half a point. If you get both of them right, you can bump your grade up a full point, and that's how you can get 3.5s and 4s. So make sure you do all of module B, and then the one that says above level, make sure you do number 4 and number 11. These instructions are written in Canvas, and when you open up the tests in Ed, it will give you directions again. Okay, good luck on your test. Let me know if there's anything I can do to help you.